All this work that we're doing, brothers, for this ministry, eventually is going to pay off. You better believe it, man. It's going to pay off like you'll never believe, okay? And by the way, we're the highest value male on this planet. The men of the Lord, the men of this truth, the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the highest value male there is.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, pushing to get up out here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And I want to respond to a video done by the beloved brother, all right, the diligent brother, Baquar Moth. Video called A Little Advice. In this video really, hit home. His elder Kazak, did a lesson, a couple of days ago, going into how, this word, these lessons, are therapeutic, and I must attest to it, because the last couple of days there's been a few lessons that have been therapeutic, to my spirit, for things, that I'm going through now, and there's so many videos going forth, and it's all for the body, for the edification, for the building up, the exhortation, the rebuke, when needed, okay, the admonishment, all right, and the body is being built up, but I want to respond to this video, very edifying video, short, 13 minutes long, but I would advise, you brothers and you sisters to watch this video, all right, and be edified. Now I want to play it, and make some points, all right, laying back on some points that he made, in the spirit, and Lord willing, this can be, for farther, education, it's like for this can be for added edification, so I'm gonna play it.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today I want to go in this lesson dealing with, just live. Okay, and this is something that I was speaking with a brother about, and the thought of it just came out, which was, when you follow the ways of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, in actuality, the Lord has laid out the things that the Lord requires. Okay, but when you actually read the scriptures and you come to the understanding of what exactly is it that the Heavenly Father and the Son requires, it's not really much. Okay, they don't require a lot. Mainly when you're in the world and you're doing all these things, these wickedness and so on and so forth. In fact, people put more energy into being wicked, into doing iniquity, than they do into being righteous. And it's very interesting, because as the Lord said, his yoke is not it's not heavy.
And we'll get that, in Matthew, because when we come into serving Yahushua, once we get over, the strained relationships we go through, based on what we believe, okay, we get over, certain things, the Lord pretty much has everything set out for us, man. As men, he requires, us to teach, but we have, information has increased. It's easier to research, it's easier to study. It's nothing like when the apostles first came in and they had to actually go to libraries and dig and toil through books. It's very convenient, to find information, to research. you know, being brotherly, okay, treating our brothers we would like to be treated. The diet, the Levitical diet, there's so many lawful foods. Jake get caught up on, the catfish and shrimp that they can't eat, but look how many lawful things that we can eat. So just as the brother was saying, serving the Lord is not a grievous thing, okay? But when you're, a slave to the flesh, it is grievous, okay? Because just like the brother said, when we was in sin, okay, and we was doing all these things, you had to sneak and, riding dirty, you got different things on you, police get on you, so now you gotta try to hide and, do all type of things, and, you're dealing with all these different, women, or, you don't know, all right, her situation, you really don't care, and then you gotta creep, and, you got all these, possibilities that can happen, is being wicked. All right, hey, that's, hey, they can cause anxiety, man. But going to the point where the brother spoke on Matthew 11 and 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And what the Lord requires from us, he gives us all the resources that we need, to fulfill what he requires. Okay? And one thing about it, the Lord, has just made it convenient for us to serve him in these times. Okay? And that's why under Yahushua, the new covenant, okay, we don't have to worry about, sacrificing, having livestock to kill, and, going through the Levitical priesthood, Nah, he made it, very convenient. Now where there's a camp, all right, sincerely teaching in Yahushua, that's the altar. Okay? And you brothers and you sisters that's listening and, in obedience, okay, you're bringing your sacrifice to the altar and it's being accepted. Okay, so the Lord has made it very convenient for us to serve him in these times. Okay, you're gonna, you're gonna catch your backlash and your chastisement, but even then, that we still have the resource of prayer, which we're gonna go into, because the title of the lesson is to stop and pray. And we're gonna farther get into it. We just want to expound on that. All right, now let me play some more.
It's not heavy. But as I mentioned in a previous lesson, sometimes the simplicity in the Lord is too complicated for some. And so they just can't seem to get it right. But when you really look at it, you do the things that are pleasing to the Lord. You really just have to just live, just live your life the best way you can according to the ways of the Heavenly Father, and everything else will be sorted out. Sometimes you find yourself overthinking things. You may be in a certain situation and it's not feasible, it's not fun, it doesn't feel good. And it's natural, right? You're thinking of solutions. How can you get out of this? What's going on? Why is this happening? And in the time of adversity, most of the time, the one thing you're really thinking of is how to get out of this situation. But you always have to realize that really the first and most effective thing you can do is pray. And understand and realize that there are certain things that are not in your power to do or change. And the best form of action you can really take about certain matters is by praying. And when you pray, you let the Lord take care of it. He clears the path. It's almost like the Lord telling you, just keep walking forward.
And that's the point, I want to expound on, because as I said, you have, some brothers, even you sisters that, because everybody move in a different way. You know, we all got our own weaknesses. You know, we all got our different strengths, and the Lord deals, you know, with us accordingly. You know, it's why we all have to walk, you know, our own walk in this thing. You know, we all have to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, because, you know, hey, we're different. You know, so we're going to be in different circumstances. We're going to have different tendencies. Okay. And, you know, just me speaking personally, you know, I know that, you know, I like to be, you know, by nature, you know, I'm a mover and a shaker. You know, I like to, you know, be proactive, you know, make things happen, you know, set things in place, you know, and have this going, and, you know, just try to, you know, cross all my T's and dot all my I's. Okay. But one thing, you know, I noticed, okay, the Lord will sabotage your situation, man. You know, and to make it to where, okay, your hands are tied, you know, and you have no option but to stop and rely on his timing. You know, you have to rely on his timing, you know, but the thing that we have to remember to do is stop and pray. You know, so I'm gonna get a few precepts, because when things happen unexpectedly and things go a certain way, you know, our first thought is to try to solve it, not even understanding what's going on fully. You know, we can find ourselves trying to solve particular things, and the Lord like, nah. You know, like the Lord be like, he'll shut everything down. That's how you know it's the Lord, when everything you try to do to solve it doesn't work. You know, then you gotta, you know, you finally gotta tap out, you know, and pray. You see, and then there's, you know, scenarios, you know, I know I go through, you know, personally, and when you go into the scriptures, all right, let's start here. All right, because the Lord is conditioning us to move in a particular way in these times, because we're going to have to trust. You see, the Lord is building our trust and our faith, you know, and we can get caught up on the material things, and get caught up on, you know, finances, and, you know, different things, you know, bills. We can get so caught up and go in panic mode that we forget, you know, that the Lord is providing. You know, so when you go to Sirach 30:21, it says, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel. Okay? Afflict not thyself in thy own counsel. And that's the easy thing to do. You know, when things happen unexpectedly, things don't go as planned, you know, you might fall short, you know, on certain things. And, you know, because it's a balance. Because the Lord does want us to be solution minded. Okay? It's a balance. Like I said, it's a balance within the body. You know, like I said, you got some brothers that are, you know, naturally just movers and shakers, man. You know, and proactive, and, you know, very, you know, industrious, you know, when it comes to their day to day. Okay? And then you have, you know, some brothers, all right, that the Lord wants to be more proactive. All right, and you have some brothers that, hey, the Lord, all right, wants us to trust more. All right, so that's why I say it's different scenarios depending on the person. Okay, but the Lord is dealing with both. You know, so we'll come into a situation to where, you know, we can't find a solution, and we'll, you know, get trapped in our mind. You know, we'll afflict ourselves with our own counsel, man, trying to figure things out when we really should stop and pray. You know, and I know I'm guilty of it, man. All right, like, nah, you gotta stop and pray. You know, that's what we gotta. You know, that's something that we gotta get into the habit of doing. Is when things go haywire, our first reaction to be to stop and pray. You know, for that help and that aid, and ask the Lord, okay, what are you trying to show me? What do I need to do on my end? And then sometimes the answer just do all right what you can, and let the Lord do what He's going to do, because He already has it mapped out. And it's all a faith booster, so we win. We might lose particular things, or finances. You might not hit your financial goals or quotas, but then you gain faith. We gain faith. We gain more trust, which is going to be more valuable, okay, than some some FRNs, especially in the times to come. Okay, I want to go here. Let's get this in Sirach 10 and 26. Okay, this is Sirach 10 and 26. It says, "Be not overwise in doing thy business, and boast not thyself in the time of thy distress." Okay, so we can't, be overwise and overthink, every situation, or try to be, this mastermind genius, okay, and finesse our way out, in every situation. Now, like I said, there's times where the Lord, He puts us through those exercises for us to think our way out of certain situations, So not to say that, every time something happens that, we don't apply critical thinking, but our first reaction should be to stop and pray, then go through the process of critical thinking. And if there's nothing that can be done, all right, we're just at the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. So just reading it again, it says, "Be not overwise in doing thy business, and boast not thyself in the time of thy distress," man, because we don't want to be overconfident in ourselves, man. We want our confidence, all right, to be rooted in Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah and not in ourselves. Okay? And that's, all right, the flesh, wants self-recognition. The flesh wants to boast in itself, but nah, we're subjugated to, all right, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, His will, His time. Okay? So, when a brother, all right, brought these things out, I was like, man, they hit home. All right. And at the end of the day, we got to stop and pray. Like how Shah set it up for us to have, that line of communication in His name. Okay. This is St. John 14 and 13. It says, "And whatsoever you shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it." And it's set up for us to have to go to Yahushua, man. Okay, so when things, when prayers are answered, the glory goes through Yahushua, because He's that mediator. All right, and He's up there actually mediating on our behalf, but we'll get so caught up in trying to, rely on our own ability, that we'll forget, like, nah, I need to go to the mediator on this one. This one is above me, and it just, having that spiritual awareness to understand these things and not get caught up, and trying to, be a superhero, in every situation, man. Some situation calls for us to be helpless, so we can come in prayer, man. Okay, so the Lord can showcase His power. And like I say, and it's a faith boost when that power is shown, when that favor is shown, when that prayer is answered, when that situation is handled. It's a faith boost, that's preparing us for the times that we're coming into, but we're going to be completely helpless, in these times to come. When we're persecuted, when we're banned, from the system, from not taking the C-HIP. Okay, our trust And our faith and our confidence in Yahweh Shema Shai is going to have to be, okay, at its highest point, you know? So that was the point, just wanted to bring that out, Lord will, you brothers. And you sisters were edified. Till next time I say shalom.